I've heard of it before, right?
I like it. Funny. Keep America. They go so far to explain it.
That's good, like, learning goes.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Notes are in front of you, right? Okay. Here, I'm just trying to let you know what's happening now. Okay, so listen. It is now Thursday, Friday, so Thursday, Friday is our last lesson of the year. Last lesson of the year. Okay? Then you get to wait like 12 more days before we finish it. Now, 5-5 is the last lesson that I would say you will be going, oh, this is new and I'm kind of confused for a little bit here. Oh, I got it now. When you come back after Christmas, 5-6 is nothing more than, let's take everything you learned and put it in one lesson. So really, I'm not teaching new stuff when you get back. If you can just keep some of this in your head over that 10, 12-day break, you'll be okay. Because we're going to take 4 days when you get back. And then on that first Friday, we will test, okay? But this is the last lesson that I say there's new stuff coming at you. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to give you at least 40, 50 problems to do over break. For sure. No.
No, I said that.
No, I wouldn't do that to you. Why would I do that to you? All right, here we go.
No, you're joking.
I just said that. I'm joking. All right, ready? See the goal? The goal today?
Let's see, Joe.
Read the first question or first statement. To solve what? Polynomial equations. Now, Brady, stay with me.
I'm just lost.
Okay, Brady, I was kidding. I was kidding.
Kidding about what? Like kidding about
The
us
homework.
not having
The
homework or
homework.
us having homework?
Now, look at this.
I,
Solving polynomial equations, you've already done it. If I went like this to you, x plus 1, x minus 2, x minus 4. If it's in factored form, can you tell me the solutions out of this? Here it's what?
-1, 2, 4.
Okay, so you've already done all this, solving polynomial equations. Using the rational root theorem, you haven't done. So really, once I teach you this, you're back to doing this, okay? So let's just learn what this rational root theorem is. Here it is, right here. Okay, let P of x be your polynomial. And then they throw a whole bunch of stuff at you, and here they're saying like 8x to the third plus 9x to the second, and so on. This is just a polynomial. So here's your polynomial. Let it be a polynomial with integer coefficients. So what they're saying is all your coefficients in front of x squared, x cubed, all that stuff have to be integers. What does that mean?
They have to be real, right?
Integers are like 5x cubed,
Not half.
not half. There you go.
Yeah.
Not fractions, okay? So basically they're saying all coefficients have to be integers. Okay, then if they are all integers, then there are a limited number of possible roots. Uh-oh, roots? What are roots? Roots are just what? Solutions. Or better yet, what you like to hear is they're just your zeros. So roots, solutions, zeros, all the same thing. So there's a limited number of zeros of your function when you set it equal to 0. So guys, what I'm trying to tell you is when you look at an equation now, you can do this. You can look at the equation and say, there's only like 6 possibilities. There's only like 6 possible numbers that could be solutions. That's what I'm going to teach you. All right? Now, I hesitate to even read this to you because you won't know what this means until later, but integer roots, solutions. So integers like 5, 6, 7, 8 must be factors of a sub 0. A sub 0 is the last number. So what they're saying is if the last number is 10, what could your solutions be? Integers of, and it happens to be factors of 10, so it's going to be 1, 2, 5, 10. I recommend you guys read this after I do the first example, and this will make so much more sense. Okay, and then you go to this, and then it says rational roots. Okay, first of all, the word rational means what? Say again.
Not irrational.
Okay, not irrational.
So,
Yeah, it's
like-
kind of true, yeah.
It's a I don't know how to.
I'm trying to give you a hint.
Actions. Rational.
Okay, so rational roots, that just means fractional answers, fractional roots, must have a reduced form of this, P over Q. P over Q, what's P? Where P is an integer factor of a sub 0. What's the a sub 0? It's your constant. And Q is an integer factor of a sub n. This number right here, guys. A sub n is called your leading coefficient. Okay? This is called your constant. This is called your leading coefficient. Now, I know, after reading all that to you, most of that didn't make sense to you. But when I get done with this first or second problem, I want you to go back up there. And I just want you to read it, and you'll go, oh, this makes a lot of sense now. Okay? At least I hope you do. Okay, so here we go. We got 3 problems to do, and the first one, not too bad. Here it is. What are possible roots? Rational roots. Now, rational just means what? Fractions. Okay? And roots just mean solutions. Or what? You can think of solutions as your what?
Zeros.
Zeros, okay. All right. Here we go. This equation, all I want you to do is list. Just give me the possibilities. How do you do it? You do your P's over your Q's. Okay, now I wrote this to you. Look in your notes. You can't hardly read this up here. It says P stands for factors of your constant term. Look in your equation. Which one's your constant?
5.
5. Okay, so your constant is 5. So what are factors of 5?
5 and 1.
5 and 1. 5 goes into 5, 1 goes into 5. But wait a minute. Does negative 1 go into 5? Evenly? What's 5 divided by negative 1? So it went in there evenly. Okay, is 5 divisible by negative 5? Yeah, it goes 5 goes in 5 and 1. So yeah, so you can't just say 1 and 5, you got to say this. Positive 1 and negative 1, and positive and negative 5. So when I say write down your P's and Q's, P are the factors of your constant, where Q is the factors of your, what's your leading coefficient? 2, right here, right here. That's the leading coefficient. What are factors of 2? Plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2. Okay. There you go. So now you're looking at all the possible rational solutions. Okay. Well, you got to understand what you're looking at. This says to me, one of my answers could be 1 over 1 or 1 over 2. Okay, so what I'm saying is possibility plus or minus 1 plus or minus 1/2. Got that? Go to the next number on top. After 1 comes 5. 5 over 1 and 5 over 2. So you'd say plus or minus what? 5 plus or minus 5/2. Okay? So here's the deal. Looking at this equation, I know this. The only possible rational, when I say rational, I mean fractions, only possible fractional answers are here. So how many are there? 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 possible answers. Okay? Your job, my job, find them. Okay? Now I'm not going to do it in this problem. I'll do it in the next problem. But this is list the possibilities. Okay? When you list the possibilities, this is a really simple problem. You just list them, you're done. This problem is in the book today. In the book, you are asked to do problems 1, 2, and 3. All it is list the possibilities. That's it. You're done. Okay? Now, when you get to your worksheet today, I got 7 problems for you to do. And they're all like problem 2 and problem 3. Okay, here we go. This is our first problem we're going to do. It says, what are the rational roots of this equation? Okay, what are the possible rational roots? Right here. List them. Well, to list them, you need to write your P's over your Q's. Now, this is the factors of the constant term. Which one's constant up there?
2.
2. This is your constant term. What are factors of 2?
Plus or minus 2.
Plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2. Okay? What are your Q's? Factors of your leading coefficient. Your leading coefficient is what? 15. I go in order, by the way. I start
One.
small. 1,
Plus or minus 3.
3, 5, 15. How'd I go in?
One.
Well, what goes into 15?
Oh, okay.
1 goes into everything, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. List all possible rational roots. This is where you have to kind of know what you're looking at. Here's what you're looking at. Your possible answers could be 1 over 1, 1 over 3, 1 over 5, 1 over 15. So you're going to start by saying plus or minus 1 over 1, 1. Plus or minus what? 1/3, 1/5, 1/15, right? Good? That's a bad 5. There. Okay, next, you got to go to the next numerator. 2. 2 over what?
2.
2 over 1. 2 over 3. 2 over 5. 2 over 15. So 2 over 1 is just plus or minus 2. 2 over 3 is plus or minus 2/3. Plus or minus 2/5. Plus or minus 2/15. How many possible rational roots are there to this equation?
16.
16. Okay, guess what? Now we gotta go find it. Okay, this is where the problem starts. I need to find the solutions to this. Well, you get 16 to choose from. Come over here. What's our plan? What's our plan? First thing we're gonna do is right here. Use synthetic what? Substitution to find a root. Okay? Now, think of it this way. If you are looking for a root, a solution, which is a 0, you have to pick one of these and hope by using synthetic substitution, you use it, you get what in the end?
0.
A 0. Once you find a 0, you found a solution, you found a root. That's what you're trying to do, find the answer. Okay? But look how many there are, 16 to choose from. Where do you think we should start?
The first fraction.
That one?
On the middle.
And then where?
The 2.
Yeah, don't, why would you start with fractions? Go see if the integers are solutions, okay? So I have 1 and -1, 2 and -2, and guess what? We're gonna work as a team. We're gonna work as a team. We're gonna do synthetic. And what we're looking for is the 0 remainder. So I need 1, -1, 2, -2, so here's what we're gonna do. You guys do 1, 1, you do -1, -1, -1, you do 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, you do -2, -2, -2. Okay? Let's work as a group. I don't think, they're not all gonna be zeros. Okay? Okay, you should be good.
Oh, I thought you were looking at the group.
We are. You're trying to get an answer from me. So get this problem going.
I thought we were like working as a group like this. Okay, but that's what I was
So you did it on here. No, you went right.
Okay, remember, if you plug in 1 and you get out 0, that's your remainder. You found a 0, which means you found a solution. Did 1 work?
No.
No.
No? No? Bryce? Jessica? No? Okay. Where's my -1ers? In the back?
Nope.
No?
No.
No? You're 2, aren't you? 2? 2 work? 2 works. Did -2 work? No. Okay, here's the deal. Now, the only group that doesn't have to start over are you 5, because you got it. So now the rest of you guys that didn't try 2, you gotta kind of start over and put a 2 out here. Ready? 2 is a 0. Let's do it together. Bring that down. 15. Multiply. 30. Add down. Multiply. -4. Add down. -1. Multiply. Okay, so if I put 2 into my equation, do I get 0?
Yeah.
Yeah, guess what? 2 is an answer. 2 is an answer, okay? So we actually found one of, how many answers are there to this? No, there's 16 possibilities. When you look at a polynomial equation, you know how many answers there are. This number right here, the highest degree, tells me there's what? 3 solutions. Guess what? I've already found one of them. It's 2. Okay, step 1 is done. We found an answer. Step 2, convert the answer, the root, into a what? Factor. Okay, so here we go. This root, this 0, actually came from a factor. What factor did it come from? Say again? Are you saying plus 2 or minus 2? Yes. So if 2 is a solution or a root or a 0, it came from this factor. So now I know one of the factors of that equation up there. Do I know any other factors?
Yeah.
Did you say no?
Not yet.
Hey, hang on, guys. Do you realize what you did here? This is synthetic division. What you actually divided by, x minus 2. And what you got was this. This is the answer to division. Isn't it the divisor times the answer to get the original equation? So this is the other factor.
15x squared.
15x squared
Or minus 2x.
minus 2x
Minus 1.
minus 1. Are you okay with what I did?
Yes.
Yeah, I get it.
You have to understand synthetic substitution is really like synthetic division. The answer is the other factor. Okay, so you got a factor times a factor equals 0. All right, I'm on step 3 now. That, I know the answer is 2. It's right here. But now it says factor the remaining quadratic. Find the other 2 roots using the quadratic formula. That's kind of weird. It said to do what? Factor the remaining quadratic and then use the formula. You don't have to do both of them. You do one or the other. Which one seems easier?
Quadratic.
What?
The quadratic.
Well, if you like the formula, you can always do it.
Oh.
I personally say, if I can factor something, I'll factor it and I'll pull out the answers in 2 seconds. So here we
I'm
go.
gonna factor the formula.
X minus 2 times. This is a trinomial. Trinomials are typically factored into 2 binomials. Although this one is a 15x squared, so what are the first first terms?
5x.
3x, 5x, or 5x, 3x, okay. All right, what would the signs be if that's negative? Positive times a negative, or a negative times a positive. We can switch the signs later. How many options are there for 1?
Just 1.
Just 1, what is it?
1.
1 times 1. Okay, you can't just say that's it. You gotta check it. Inner, inner.
Get to it.
3x, outer. Negative 5x. Add them together. Do you get that?
Yep.
Yes, you do. So, I have now factored it correctly. If you are not good at factoring, which I don't know why you wouldn't be, because we have worked on this so much. You know what you could do to get the zeros out of this? Use the quadratic formula. Yes, you can. Now, guys, don't always go to the quadratic formula. Just factor it. Okay, so I'm done with the factors. I'm not done with the solutions. The solutions will be, well, that one we already knew. That group back there, they got it for us, too. This one and this one. When is 5x plus 1 equals 0? When is 3x minus 1 equals 0? Solve it quick. 5x equals negative 1. Divide by 5.
1/5.
Negative 1/5 is one of the answers. This one would be 3x equals 1. Divide by 3.
1/3.
There it is. Your 3 solutions, and how did I know I had 3 solutions?
Because that's what you agree on.
Because it was a what kind of polynomial? Cubic. Cubic have 3 answers. Quartic have 4, quintic have 5, right? X to the 6 would have 6. Okay. All right, let's keep going. I want to show you something here. Was this our list? Yeah. All three answers down there were in your 16 possibilities. What were your answers? 2 right there.
1/3.
Positive? Okay, positive 1/3 right here. And negative 1/5. They were all in there. Now, do you guys remember when we tried 1, -1, 2, -2? Only one of them worked. You would have had to try these 2 fractions to get the other 2. See, that's why I always start with integers. It's so much easier. Don't start with your fractions. You'll get your fractional answers later. After you factor, you'll get them. Okay? I'm not moving on until you say it's okay. Are you okay?
Yeah.
All right, move on. Turn it.
Have to factor if
No, you can do the formula. Do you like the formula?
Yeah, I like the solids.
Well, I mean, if you like the formula, go for it. I mean, I try to avoid the formula because I know what happens. People always mess up, you know. Okay, go. Okay, start it. You guys, here's where you start right here. You start with your P's and your Q's. Factors of your constant over factors of your leading coefficient. Go. If you don't know what to do, page back to the first page. Anybody stuck? Anybody needs some push? We gotta push you a little bit.
I think ours is pretty slow.
Okay.
Pretty. We have homework.
Oh, you are putting it
Yeah, because he didn't
No.
say,
in? You put it in your homework.
he didn't say he was
Got it.
still good.
He's trying to 30.
Okay, car, you stuck?
Huh?
You stuck? Keep going.
He's always asking me questions about math, and I'm like, I'm trying to do math.
Shh, ready? Wait, quit. Factors of your constant. Let's go, Jessica. Tell me. Yep.
Plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 6.
Okay. You know, all she's doing is she's looking at the constant, -6. She says, what goes into -6? 1, -1, 2, -2, 3, and so on. Okay, on the bottom, Q's of all factors of your leading coefficient.
Plus or minus 1,
Plus or minus 1 goes into 2,
and plus or minus 2.
and plus or minus 2 goes into 2. Okay, and that's it. Then, once you write the list of P's and the list of Q's, then give me the list of all the possible fractional answers. Okay. And now you just got to know how to look at this list. It's just 1 over 1 and 1 over 2, right? So it's what? Plus or minus 1, plus or minus
2,
1/2. There, took care of the 1.
3,
Now go to 2. 2 over 1, 2 over 2. Well, 2 over 1 is just 2, right?
oh, I don't.
What about 2 over 2? What's that?
1,
That's just 1. I already wrote it. I'm not going to write it again. Do you get this? 2 over 2 is just 1 over 1, which I already have. I'm not doing that. Next, 3 over 1, which is plus or minus 3. 3 over 2 is different. You got to copy it. You got to write it. Comma. Now do 6. 6 over 1, well, that's just 6. Comma. 6 over 2, which is 3. I already have it. Don't write it again, otherwise you're wasting your time. So, how many possibilities do we have? No, not 6. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. There are 12 possible answers. Do you know how many answers there's going to be?
There's gonna be 3.
Right here, there will be 3 solutions. Boom, 3 solutions. Okay? Now, as a group, can we work again together? Do you think I want you to start with fractions? Probably not, so let's do the 1, the 2, and the 3. We'll leave 6 out. Okay, you ready? Here we go. You're my 1s, you're my -1s, you're my 2s, -2, 3, and -3. Go. Give me an answer.
What's 6?
By the way, you're looking for that number right there. You're looking for a zero, because the zero is your solution.
One of your zeros.
I always get the short end of the stick.
Which means you're gonna have to start over.
Yeah.
Sorry. Well, you can go find it if you want. Okay, I'm thinking in 30 seconds, you could probably figure it out. Ready? Haley says, -3 didn't work. Did positive 3 work? Where's my positive 3s? Isn't it your group? Can you say yes or no?
It doesn't.
Doesn't. How about,
No.
are you negative 2s?
Yeah.
How about 2s?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 work?
Yeah.
How about 1s? How about negative 1s? You said yes? Okay, 2s work, -1 works. There's only 3 answers. They already have 2 of them. Now here's the deal. When you do this by yourself, you're only going to do it once. And then once you know it, then you start the problem. So we got to pick. Which one should we pick first? Should we do 2s or -1s? 2s. Okay, so if you take a 2, there, put a 2 out there. Stay with me now. Now if you did -1, Jessica, Bryce, you did -1, didn't you? The only thing about -1 is now your work won't match my work, but you guys will get this right. But I'm just gonna try stay everybody together, okay? All right, ready? Bring it down. 2, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, 0. You just found a 0, right? If you find a 0, which that is a solution. But that creates a factor. What's the factor?
X minus 2.
X minus 2 times another factor
Which is
equals 0. What's the other factor?
5x plus
It's the answer to your division problem, synthetic division. 2, 5, 3. 2, 5, 3? What's that?
2x squared plus 5x.
2x squared plus 5x. Whoa, sorry. Then what?
Plus 3.
Plus 3. I'll change it. I know I made a mistake. Hang on. So this is a 3 or 2?
2.
Okay. Plus 2x squared minus 5x plus 3. Good? Okay. Now, you got to understand, it's this factor times this factor. When is it 0? Well, this is a linear factor. Linear factors are really easy. It's just x equals what? 2. That's one of the solutions.
Is that -5 or +5?
Oh, that's a minus 5. Yeah, I see a little problem there. Okay. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, now.
It's +5.
Oh, it's positive. I'm sorry. It's right here. It's positive. Okay. Okay, now, look at the quadratic factor. Now, the quadratic factor, if you want the zeros, you can use the quadratic formula. But if it's factorable, factor it, pull out the answers. That's how easy it is. It is factorable.
Yep.
So let's try it. Let's go this times this. What would 2x squared come from?
2x.
2x and x. That's a positive, so you need a positive times a positive or a negative times a negative. The middle term is positive. You might want to think what? Positive times positive. It's either 3 and 1 or 1 and 3. 3 and 1? Let's try it. 3, 1, inner, 3x, outer, 2x, which makes 5x, which means we did it right.
Oh, yeah.
Good? Okay. We did it right, but we're not done because we have to pull out the zeros, the solutions. This one,
X equals
okay, I didn't show my work, but that's the answer. Next one.
I'm just on this one.
Is that important right now? X equals what?
-1.
-1. Okay, we got them. Hey, do you remember Bryce and Jessica? They told us the answer was what? They knew it was -1. Okay, Bryce, Jessica, you knew it was -1. Now, if you guys stuck with your -1, your work looks different than my work. But when you factor your work, you should be pulling out these two answers. you should be pulling out these two answers because you guys started with -1. Do you get what I'm saying? See, it depends on where you start. We chose 2, so hopefully all our work is together at 2. Okay? Any questions? That's the lesson. What is it? P's over Q's. These are the factors of your constant. Q's are the factors of your leading coefficient. Okay. All right. Your calendar tells you. You can go to your book. 1, 2, and 3. Now, are you listening? 1, 2, and 3. All they say is this: list all the possible rational solutions. That's just a list. So you know what you can do? Put your book assignment in this little corner right here, because all you're writing is a list of possibilities. You're not really solving, you're not finding them. Where do you actually find them? On this worksheet, 1 through 7. Okay? Once you get this worksheet, will you start number 1? Okay, start number 1. The book assignment is just 1 through 5.
There's only 3 problems.
That's what I said. And they go in the upper right corner.
On the upper.
Well, you don't have to. Just, remember, I'm trying to grade you. If we all kept the same spot.
Mr. Penny,
Goodness, we're just gonna throw stuff away. That was the next one.
on the shelf.
Find the
Oh, no, I
P's,
did that.
which is,
Put the one on the top. I did that.
Your mark? 15.
All right, guys, go, hurry up. You gotta prove to yourself you actually can do it without my help. Go.
Yeah, ready?
Does this heater turn on? Is
Huh?
it just for decoration?
You cold?
Yeah.
Hey, guys,
If my locker wasn't so far away.
do yourself a favor and do this. Okay, do yourself a favor. Set it, P of X, just make it 0. So what I'm asking you to do is tell me what number can I put in for X so that I actually get a 0. Every one of them can say equal 0, equal 0. Okay?
Wait, so you do this one and now?
Gotta go coming in.
so, you didn't even have to do the Q's.
Well, I think we start get down in
Well, this could turn on it. Does it?
It does work, it's just they don't shut everything off in the afternoon. It's like they warm the building up in the morning, and then they slowly turn it off.
Because they heat us?
No, because they cool it off at night. They don't wanna heat the building up.
It's not night yet. Here's what's putting money. If they heated it in the night, they wouldn't have to reheat it in the morning.
Just so you know, Karen, you pay the heating bill, when you actually pay it, you do care. I know you don't care.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know, there should be like child like neglect laws
The
about
other
it.
thing, Karen, the other thing is, it's winter. Maybe you put some clothes over your arms. You come in class warm, but you miss. Look at this. Long sleeves, t-shirts, I'm fine. In fact, I'm too hot to be honest. Now go to work.
Is this where you list
You know, I
and then
thought
the
that
other
was a
side is
little bit
your
more
solve?
insulation than you do.
That's what I'm saying.
I do. 1, 2, 3. Oh,
Now here, we're just, equal to 0. All right, by now, guys, hey, you've already listed your P's and Q's, I think. Here you go. Factors of P, -12. That's kind of a long list, isn't it?
Yeah.
Factors of Q. Well, that's just going to be, here, it's right here, 1. There's not much to go in there. So really, guys, what are your possibilities?
just your P's.
Yeah, it's just your piece. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I've given you enough time, I think. Did anybody out there find a zero? I would have started with 1, -1, 2, -2. I just went in order. Nobody has found one yet?
Three.
Yeah, I got -1.
1, 3 is 1, Amber?
We just
Okay.
need to find the
Or
piece.
negative.
You gotta try them. And then, you know, this is where you wanna sit down at the
It's
table
not
with the
one.
buddy. Let the buddy do half, you do half.
Jake, it's not one.
I heard Amber say it's
Not
3.
one.
Let's see if she's right. 1,
Your buddy right there, dude.
multiply, add down, multiply,
It's not one.
add down, multiply. I would have to say Amber found a 0, so Amber found a solution. Which means this, hey, this is a 0. Zeros actually come from factors. Factors like x plus 3 or x minus 3. What would you say? X minus 3. Okay? Times. Well, look at your numbers. 154.
1x squared
1x squared
plus 5x
plus. Is it 4 or -4?
plus 4.
Plus 4? Okay. All right. Is that factorable, or do we have to use the quadratic formula?
Factor.
I'd use the quadratic, just because.
What is it?
That one's, first one's x
Just because
plus 3,
it's-
x equals 3.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay, pull up the answers. Solutions are
3, -4, -1.
if you wanted to know, are these truly right, what do?
Plug them in.
You plug them in, you see if you get 0, and you will. It will work. Okay.
Christmas break's gonna be awesome.